It's time for Dodger Baseball.
What a catch by Mookie Betts. Another home run for Corey Seager. Another strikeout for Kershaw. A robbery of Tatis. Gone. What a snap.
This is what an ace looks like.
And tagged out is Riley, a double play.
Dodgers have won it all in 2020.
And welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. I'm your host, Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. That's at DMac_LA. Is that game really over? Are we sure completely yet? Because it's 1-2 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Now, they got one of those messed up right there, but the Dodgers, they get the win. And it was reopening night, a special night at Dodger Stadium, a sold-out crowd, over 52,000 at the Ravine tonight. The Dodgers now 41-26. They've won 7 of their last 8 games. We have a lot to get into here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. But first, let me know where you represent Dodgers Nation tonight. Give me those city zip codes, area codes. Drop those down below in the comment section. And give me all your takes. What do you guys think about that last sequence there? I was sitting up and just kind of paying attention to the game, of course, but kind of got lost on one of those. But it was just a little error on their part at the end. But the Dodgers, they get to win 5-3. If you saw my called shot, I had a Mook nuke. I was right. I'm feeling good about that. And Mookie Betts, NBA Jam Boys, he's heating up. 3 for 5 tonight with an RBI and a homie run. What's a homie? With an RBI and 2 home runs tonight. No, with a home run and 2 RBIs tonight. Sorry, a little glitch here. And a big insurance run there late. The Dodgers proved they needed that to hold on to a 5-3 win. Give Blake Trinan a lot of credit coming on back-to-back nights. Back-to-back nights, and Victor Gonzalez, the bullpen. Joe Kelly did a nice job today. Julio Urias pitched well, 5 punch-outs for the Urias. Didn't get very much help from that Dodgers defense. First, it was the throw by Chris Taylor, and then you had the error by Matt Bay where he kicked one. But all in all, he pitched well. But let's get to those comments section. We'll break down all the action like we always do. But first, if you're watching the game on Twitter, be sure to retweet. And if you're watching on Facebook, be sure to share the show. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to, subscribe to the channel at youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. Hit that like button, and let's go. Let's do this, Dodgers Nation. So we got Ed Williams. Mary Hart is still at home plate eye candy. We got your mic is on D-Max, Swaggy, McGee. Don't worry, I'm not Tom Brennan. I'm not going to say anything like that. That's a two-strike LOL. Joey Marquez. We got 3-2-3 in the house from Nick Sonora. We got also, isn't it dumb that my man Mookie is ahead of Taylor in All-Star voting? I mean, Jay Cruz, that's just kind of how it is. It's kind of the nature of All-Star games pretty much when it comes to every sport. You get that reputation, and hey, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Mookie Betts in the All-Star game. I think one of the silliest things we do in sports is have the All-Star game at the mid-season point. How silly is that? How many All-Star games would be completely different if it was done at the end of the season? Kind of like, I don't know, the Pro Bowl, right? So, I mean, the Pro Bowl is decided on during the season as well, so it really doesn't count. But I really think they should just wait to the end of the season. Why not just wait to the end of the postseason? So I've always thought it was silly. It's just, it's great. I like the Midsummer Classic, but was strike 3 from Jose Rodriguez. Ray F, I figured it was the check swing. Yeah, early in the count. Rodwell's Blue Heaven from 713, Missouri City, Texas. Whoa, strike 2. He's out, LOL. Robert Wilson with the Let's Go Dodgers. Anytime you guys drop a Let's Go Dodgers in the comment section, you know you're going to get one of these. Phillies got screwed. It's one. Hey, that's what you just saw on my Twitter right there. See, yeah, exactly. Dodgers fan in Houston. We got Simply Martinez, Nick Sonora from Dodgers, Robert Wilson, a Let's Go Dodgers. I like that shirt. My man Eddie one of the graphic designer here at Dodgers Nation. He designed this bad boy. If you want to cop this tee, head over to gearup.la. Some of the best Dodgers t-shirt designs in the game. You can find it right over there. Strikeout on a 3-1 pitch. Mr. Death, LOL. Joseph, that strike ending was weird, but I'll take it. I'll take the Dodgers dub. Okay. He was out at first base from Jorge Zamora. That's a great point. He was. I mean, he got to the bag. They gave the error on Pujols. 3 errors tonight, but that one, I think that Blake, his toe got there, but anytime you got the save call originally, you really need a conclusive evidence to overturn it. So that was probably the case there. But you're right, man. Maybe it was a little makeup call. Good to know it was actually strike 3, I guess. I wouldn't want to win like that. Yeah, it was. If you look back, they had it earlier in the count. But from the 90247 from me and Mr. Mustard, we got Cameron Castro from the 90703, Smoops from Santa Ana, Christian Balasis from the 661, Jose Rodriguez from the 89122, my man Calvin T on YouTube, repping from Palmdale, Joseph Cecina. I can almost taste first place. Yeah, unfortunately, tonight, the Dodgers had an opportunity. You heard my man Joe Davis, Yastrzemski hit that Yastrzemski hit that grand slam. I think the Giants end up holding on to a 9-8 win. So we're going to have to wait. But look, fill in the blank right here. By the end of this week, fill in this blank, what place will the Dodgers be in the NL West? The Giants and the Dodgers playing identical schedules essentially when it comes to the teams. And yeah. So they're going to be playing the Phillies too. I think they're going to host the Phillies as well. Dodgers will go to Arizona. And, yeah, so I think by the end of this week, this should be the week the Dodgers go back into first place, but they're still a game behind. But here we go. We got, my bad, I lost my comment section for a second here, but welcome to the show, guys. If you're just tuning in, welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show here. But, yeah, Dodgers, really one of the big stories tonight was definitely Mookie Betts. So Mookie Betts, 3 for 5, gives you the home run, gets you that insurance run there late. And look, when you're a showman like Mookie Betts, when you're a guy that is an MVP winner, is one of the stars in this game, it's just a different vibe with a packed house. I don't care what anyone says. Yes, you will need to have that competitive fire no matter whenever you step in between those lines. But this guy, he has a knack to perform when the stage is big. And you saw today, he really shined in front of that packed 52,000 plus seated, that 52,000 fans tonight at the Ravine. But here we go, back into the comment section. We'll break down this game in just a second, but who is your player of the game? All your player of the game down below in the comment section. We got my man Kershaw. Kershaw has a ring now. I love that name, my man Kershaw or woman, I don't know. But you're calling it from Singapore. That's what's up. Joseph, I can almost taste first place. Norface, can't believe the Giants came back. LOL. Robert Wilson, let's go Dodgers. We got it's official. Only 2 strikes need to be called for a strikeout. Oh, Kelly Graham from Century City. Welcome to the show, Kelly Graham. You get a let's go Dodgers. Reading 96001. We got Jose Rodriguez from Vegas. Wow, 3-1 strike. Wow, from Adam Lightyear over on YouTube. James Monroy from the 91737. Christian. We got my man Daniel Loris from Albuquerque. Go Dodgers. German Armenta 951 has arrived. Did we get a generous call, or did the umps call strike on the check swing but didn't get it on the scoreboard? Yeah, it was more of a scoreboard issue. It was that happens from time to time. It's just you don't really see it in the top of the ninth with 1 out left in a game when you're really paying really close attention. So it was just a scoreboard error there. But my man Anthony Keene, welcome to the show. A day 1 of the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Marcus Lynn Betts, MLB. Yeah, big night, Marcus. Anthony Keene, you can vouch for me, right? Did I not say Mookie was about to hit a hot streak? Because, hey, the thing with me is he was starting to hit for power, and that's the big difference. And Mookie Betts last year, 16 bombs, on pace to hit over 40 home runs. I think it was 55 games you played last season. This season, he wasn't even on pace to hit over 20 bombs. And I knew those power numbers would start to surge. You start to see those on-base numbers go up. And this is a $365 million type night for Mookie Betts. 3 for 5, had the 2 RBIs, and you saw there bottom and you saw there in the bottom of the third. You saw there in the bottom of the third. He goes in there and gets that leadoff hit right down the left field line. Then Eflin hung a curveball. Mookie just tomahawked it there. Lugg struck out, and what was second here? Lost my comments real quick. There we go. But yeah, let's go start right at the top, actually. Start right at the top in today's action. We'll get to those players of the game. But first, top of the first inning, Betts struck out looking on a two-seamer away for the first out. Lux reached on an infield single. Lightning Lux right there. I think this was really a big thing early on in this game was the speed down the line of Gavin Lux and Will Smith. So Lux, he reaches on that infield single. Then Turner singled to left. Lux goes first to third on the play. Heads up base running right there. Then Will Smith, he grounds into a fielder's choice to short, and Lux scored on the play. Turner was out at second. Gavin Lux scored on the play to give the Dodgers a 1-0 lead, and a great job by Will Smith. Run like the Will on that one to beat out the throw at first. And then with the runner on first, 2 outs, Beatty lined to second for the third out. So the Dodgers, they strike first blood tonight. The speed of Lux and Will Smith was huge in getting the Dodgers that big first inning lead. There we go. I fixed this. Okay, let's go Dodgers. We got won the world, a 3-1 strikeout. Let's go Dodgers. How did the Diamondbacks lose a 5-lead score? Well, if you lost, it's like I'm losing track, but they've lost 35 of 39 or something crazy like that. They're a very bad team, unfortunately, the Diamondbacks, unfortunately for the D-backs, and they lost again tonight. It has to be very frustrating. But Terry Lear, Dodger fans are all drunk. Tom, let's grab some beers and smoke and go on a homie run. Mookie is heating up. Exactly. Roy Estrada, D-Mac. When are the relievers going to give us a clean inning? You had one there tonight by Joe Kelly. I believe Joe Kelly was a clean inning. Victor Gonzalez came in, got the job done, of course, in a high-leverage spot. I think Blake Trinan, sometimes he'll walk a guy, he'll hit a batter, but for the most part, he's consistently getting big outs. So, and then Phil Bigford, I think Phil Bigford gets a lot of credit to work his way and battle his way out of that jam. That could have been a disaster of an inning, and you can't point the finger at Dave Roberts in that situation. He's got to go with the guys that are in that bullpen. And he found a way to get out of that inning. So a nice job there by Phil Bigford there in the top of the 8th inning. We'll get into that in a second. But I want to get into some of your comments here. And then Bigford, the new Kenley. No, it was Big Spot Bigford. That's what I'm calling for now. Are you kidding me? On a 3-1 count, Dodgers win and Padres lose again. What a day. Yeah, the Padres, they've been sliding. They've been sliding of late. You know that was going to be tough when they're going on the road, going to East Coast road trip, playing teams like the Mets. I think they played the Rockies today, if I'm not mistaken. And that schedule is starting to get a little more difficult over the last 2-3 weeks. And they really have lost a lot of games in that stretch. But happy for the Dodgers and Giants 1-2. By the way, how great is it, guys? Fans in the stands. One word, how'd you feel about tonight having a sold-out Dodger Stadium for the first time since October 9th of 2019, Game 5 of the NLDS. But let me know down below in the comments section. We got Pro Bowl is whack. All-Star Week gives the guys a well-deserved break in a 162-game season. Steve Coe. But the thing is, it doesn't carry weight. To me, it's about it's like to me, I care more about all NBA players than the All-Star game. You see players tail off towards the end of the season once they get All-Star game accolades. To me, it's an accomplishment, but as far as it doesn't change really how I think of a player. When you look at really evaluate them on a deeper level. So really, it's great if it's great for the game. But come on, man, we're talking about a sport that had the All-Star game decide who got home field advantage for the World Series. That's how silly baseball's All-Star game has been. How can Arizona? But it was good. It was pretty hot back in the day. Back in the day, we had Pete Rose in the game. It was a different vibe in the 70s. But Arizona is useless from Anthony Keene. We got John Frias, Mookie heating up. Can't wait to see him up in Phoenix this weekend. We got Yaz Slam. That's from Dodgers Grizzly. We got Dodgers. We got backup T1. Could we donate some money so the Diamondbacks can sign a good bullpen piece? We got Craig Osterberg first. That's you got the Dodgers end of this week. Yeah, Pujols was busy over at first base. That's from Deborah Young. We got Dodgers Glizzy from first. We got Shia Ju from Brooklyn, 12-218. Yes, I'm a big Dodger fan. Not Yankees, not Mets. Represent out in BK. You know we love to see that. Issa Garza, D-back suck. Can't hold on to a lead. Dave E., first place. Go Dodgers from Fullerton. Justin Lamas, the University of Arizona baseball team could beat the Snakes. Hey, man, they're pretty good. But Jermaine Armanta, I'll be in AZ this Saturday to see the Dodgers play the Snakes. Gamer Dodgers, 1 game behind. Okay. See, Zach McKinstry, though. Yeah, Zach McKinstry is starting to really heat up. The Zach attack is back, and Z-Mac today had another really nice game. You saw that he found that gap Found that gap on the one on in the bottom of the fourth inning, and Zach McKinstry ends up going 2 for 4 tonight. 2 for 4 tonight with the RBIs, and how about the 2-out RBIs tonight from Betts, from Urias, from McKinstry, clutch hitting all night long. But yeah, Zach McKinstry, I'm telling you, this guy, his bat-to-ball skills are way ahead of his time as far as the experience that he has. Very high on ZMAC. You guys know that. Bottom of the fourth inning. Let's go to the bottom of the fourth inning. So Matt Beatty, he rips a leadoff single to right, then CT3 ground into a fielder's choice for the first out. Albert Pujols gives it a nice ride there. You saw that Dodger Stadium crowd start to get excited, but he flies out for the second out. Then Zach McKinstry finds the gap in right center, and Chris Taylor comes around on his horse to score from first. A great job. Matched that hard button for Dino Ebel on a great send. Rolled the dice there, had the read on him, and you got CT3 on the base pass, and he gets in there. He scores. That makes it 2-1 Dodgers. Then Urias, the Uri rigs. I'm going to tell you that right now. 8 ribbies on the season already for Julio. Hey, that's why you love the DH. That's why you love not having the DH in the National League, because you got guys like Julio Urias. And on the first pitch swinging, he gets that RBI ground rule double. That makes it 3-1 Dodgers. And they get 2 runs. Great base running that inning. First by CT3 to come around and score. Then Urias is able to get that ground rule double. So the Dodgers a 3-1 lead there in the fourth. But let's get back in the comments. Hi, Doug and Dodgers Nation. What's up, Tina G-Man? Joe Bennett, Mookie, player of the game. Anthony Keene, to be an all-star in L.A., you got to be able to perform when the lights are brightest. Mookie is that dude. You said it best, Anthony Keene. He most definitely is that dude. And that's why I told you, look straight in the camera, do not worry about Marcus Lynn Betts, okay? Because not only does he have the God-given talent and ability, he has the work ethic. He has the drive. This is a guy who wants to be great at every single thing he does. A 300 bowler, can dunk a basketball. He can do a Rubik's Cube in the blink of an eye. Mookie Betts doesn't mess around, and you know he was putting in the work, and it was only a matter of time. So really, I wasn't terribly worried about it, and I'm still very confident that Mookie Betts is a top 5 player in the league. And yeah, it was nice to see him really get it going tonight. But it was 3 strikes from Roy Estrada. Eric M. Joe Kelly is looking good. Yeah, Joe Kelly, lots of nice movement. The velo's there. I mean, he really is looking good. I mean, having that cyst removed from his shoulder, he looks healthy. He's out there. He's competing. He's attacking hitters. And I just like that. I just liked the sequence there by Joe Kelly. Top of the 7th inning, he strikes out Herrera on 3 straight knuckle curves there. And then he gets Segura to pop to shallow center. Betts makes the play. And then Realmuto fouls to first. So a nice play there by Albert Pujols on that play. But having Joe Kelly, if he can be that guy, and I mean, he's got great stuff. Like I said, 98, 99 on the gun consistently, and he's got that nice knuckle curve pitch. He can mix things up. He did let one get away. I thought that he was going to break another window at his house. But Joe Kelly, a nice appearance for him tonight. He goes 1 inning, has 1 punch out, 14 pitches, 10 first strikes. So that's the number we want to look at when it comes to Joe Kelly. Is he attacking the strike zone? Does he have the command? When he does, and by the way, give Joe Kelly the credit. I believe he was in line to get the win today. So a win for Joe Kelly. And yeah, man, I'm really excited to see him have some success out there in the last year. But Javier Morataya, Bigford stepped up big, though. Yeah, big spot, Bigford. Adam Lightyear, Mookie is staying hot. Steal a base maybe from William. Jorge, I'm still mad he didn't give my son a ball on his birthday. Want to hear that story? We got also make Julio Urias a pinch hitter from Jay Cruz. Move him up on the lineup. I mean, at some point they're going to start. I'm telling you, man. Like if Mookie, they're going to hopefully they don't pitch around him. You got to move him up and down that lineup. They might intentionally walk him. You never know, but not when Mookie Betts is swinging the bat like he is now. But yeah, it's great to see it. He loves to hit. He loves to go out there and just get some knocks. And you saw that today again from Julio Urias. First pitch, swinging, gets that ground rule double. Zach McKinstry scores, and he helped himself when some of the Dodgers defenders weren't helping him during this game, most notably Chris Taylor and Matt Beatty. Matt Beatty needs some help in left field. A bonehead play again tonight. You saw back on June 1st. He had that play against, I believe it was the Cardinals, ended up hitting a home run the bottom half of that inning. But, yeah, I mean, these are pretty inexcusable errors for big league left fielders. He needs to get that right. There's no question. We don't want it to be Matt Beatty, if you know what I mean. So he's got to go in there and improve upon that, because we know he's the guy that wants to have as many opportunities as he possibly can. But if the Dodgers see him as a defensive liability, they could lose confidence in him. You don't want to see that. But let's get back to these comments. I do want to talk about that too. My man Nick, Bickford's escape was the turning point. I agree. That was the biggest sequence in this game if you look at it, because that inning could have gotten away from Bickford. They could have put up a big number, 2 runs, 3 runs, but he was able to come back and give Mark Pryor a lot of credit. Mash that hard bun for Mark Pryor, coming in him out there. Oral Hershiser was saying, go with that. He was probably telling him to go with that slider. Trust his off-speed stuff, because he does tend to pretty much go exclusive with his heater, but he has some pretty nice stuff. So, Mr. Mustard, D-Mac, best closer in the game. I'll take that. Hey, man, I'll lock it down for you. I'll slam the door shut, if you know what I'm saying. Beauty in the left, Beatty in the left is shaky. Yeah, Joseph Siena, I know he wasn't perfect, but loved Pujols' play today offensively and defensively. Like I said, man, Albert Pujols, LA's Theo, he's been everything we had hoped he would be, and then some. And he just gets hits. I mean, another nice night for Uncle Albert. He ends up going 2 for 4 tonight, had the 2 singles, and I think it's time we put up a billboard thanking the Angels for giving us Albert Pujols. Might be the best thing that Artie Moreno has ever done for LA baseball, to let him get away and let him go to the Dodgers and not only have an impact on the field, but have an impact in that dugout, in that clubhouse. You heard Mookie Betts talking about it. You heard Dave Roberts talking about it. When a Hall of Famer is giving you advice, it just hits differently. They have the credibility, and you're going to listen. And like Mookie Betts said, it's been able to make sure that you remember how much joy this game brings you, and don't take that for granted, and have fun with it. And like Dave Roberts said today, the name on the back of your jersey hasn't changed when it comes to Mookie Betts. So remember that you are one of the best players. So I think it's given all these players confidence. I mean, when it comes to Walker Buehler, I think Walker Buehler and him have a cool relationship. It's like the buddy cop movie we never knew we needed, and they're really vibing, and he's really been kind of like the Buehler whisperer in some of his starts. But I can't say enough about how exciting it is to have Albert Pujols in a Dodgers uniform. But here we go, pumped. It was loud. Go Doyers fans, electric. Yeah, anyone in the chat, go to the game tonight. I'm interested to get your take. How was it? How was the crowd? What was it like being around such a big crowd again? Are you still in the parking lot? Are you still looking for your car? There's a good chance that's happening. But sold out in front of stands from Deborah Young. We got Ron. What's up, Doug? What's up, Ron? How you doing? Let's go, Dodgers. Stoked for Bigford. Glad he could work his way out of that jam. Vanessa, that's a great point. That it's one thing to go in there when you're up 5-0 like he was on Sunday, give up those 3 runs, and then Kenley has to come in. But it's a whole different story against a Phillies team that was playing well, that you're only up 1 run in front of 52,000. This is your neck of the woods. You're from Southern California. And to come through in that spot, he's going to gain confidence from this. And he has really nice stuff. Tonight, he ended up going 1 inning through 25 pitches, 12 for strikes. So you know right away what number he has to increase, and that's his strikes. Also, getting ahead in counts. He was 1 for 5 on first pitch strikes, but it was a tightrope act. It was fun to see, and especially when he came out on top and not blowing it. So what's up, D-Mac? What up, Mr. X over on YouTube? Get out the brooms from Ron Jerica. Anthony Keene, shout out to Urias. His Silver Slugger Award is in the mail. I like that, Anthony Keene. Gabe Horn, Mookie isn't Dookie anymore. Gabe Horn, I like that too. Jorge, you guys get me with the rhymes. I'm just saying. But the reality is Mookie was never Dookie. I mean, Dave Roberts said it best with his OPS. He's far more than an average. Even down Mookie is better than most MLB players. So Yeah, I wasn't too mad, but the thing is, he just sets the standard so high for himself, and I think he's re-energized in front of this Dodger Stadium crowd. And look, he knows like stars are gonna star, and that's exactly what Mookie Betts is. So I wasn't too worried about it. I mean, look, last year I think he posted like a 149 WRC plus. This year that was at 130, so averages 100. He was still way above an average MLB player, and you saw what he does defensively. We saw the Roberto Clemente-like throw he made last week in Pittsburgh. You saw the game ender, the catch against the San Diego Padres early in the year. You just never know how he's going to wow you. Base pass with the glove, with the stick. Mookie Betts is a once-in-a-lifetime player. 4 years of base snoring from William Blockstone, Armando Arcade. These games are turning into nail-biters. I can't wait for next week's games. Yeah, I mean, that's a great point, Armando, over on YouTube, is you never know when you're going to get that game where, look, I mean, you want to watch these games that you want to win blowouts, but it's such a rush, right? That intense feeling, that sigh of relief you get when you get out of innings, that intense buildup, and then sometimes, yes, baseball is a cruel sport, and it will break your heart 7 out of 10 times, if you know what I'm saying. But Z-Mac had it going tonight from Deborah Young. Jose Rod, I'm going to miss the accessibility of being able to walk through an empty aisle to get to the stairs, LOL. Yeah, I mean, I went to a few games. It was nice to stretch those legs out, and you didn't have people by you. But then also, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big when something goes down, high five everyone within a 2-mile radius of you guy. That's me. I'm looking for high fives everywhere, maybe a chest bump, and you really don't get that with the limited capacity. So I think I'll take the sold out crowd. And the machine was on fire. We got Mookie is heating up. I saw your Instagram post. That Walker Buehler hasn't lost since 2019. Yeah, I mean, Butane does this thing. That's what I said. Ooh, rakes. Mr. Gonzalez Chewy, wish I was there tonight. Great win. Great tween win. Epic game. We got Jay Torres in a year in which the MLB average is 238. Albert Pujols in 22 games with the Dodgers is 258. And you also have to look at what he's doing against lefties. OPSing over 1,200. That is exactly what they signed him to do. But, yeah, it's great to see. But do you think Bauer returns to the Dodgers elite baseball gaming? I think that we'll find out. I mean, we'll find out because that might look good. I mean, is Bauer a $45 million pitcher next year? I don't know. It's a good question. But the same token, if he pitches well, could he find himself in a position where he get a $200 million plus contract? I think it's still very premature to have a conversation about whether I think he'll come back. I still think let's see how this year plays out. Let's see how he pitches the rest of the way. He's been in a slump of late, there's no doubt about it. He's kind of caught up in the MLB sticky stuff situation, but bottom line is he was a good pitcher before all the pitchers started going crazy with him. It's all, he didn't pretty much deny it. I mean, so many pitchers around the league. Ken Rosenthal has estimated anywhere from 80 to 90% of pitchers were using some form of foreign substances. So we'll get into that in a second, but let's break down this game. We got Mookie Clutch from Eddie R. Sermon King, Mookie is a beast. Yeah, Mookie Betts is a beast. Mookie is the real Dookie. I like that. Here we go. But yeah, let's get, the count was off. Yeah, the count was off. What's up, D-Mac? Glad prior talk to Bigford. Looks like he JT Romeo called out on strike 3, middle of the ninth. Yeah, I mean, just look at the count there. It's a 3-1 count. You think he's going to take that pitch? Probably not. Did y'all see Joe Kelly's 99-mile-per-hour sinker? Filthy, loved it. Elder One, I thought my brain died with that last strikeout. It really did feel like there was some glitch in the matrix on that play too. But Salvador Huerta, LMAO. We got Joe Kelly, looks really, really good. Tina G-Man, so Bellinger went on the injured list, unfortunately. But like Dave Roberts said during the game, it's going to be a short stint, and he's going to be back by the second game against San Diego. At least that's what Dave Roberts said during the broadcast to Joe Davis and Oral Hershiser. Kelly is really heating up. Yeah, Christopher Deere. We got Mr. Pouty Face. We got William Blockson. No reason he should be 20 stolen bases. Luxon Taylor, Mean Mustard, Joe Kelly with no sticky has got to be scary for a batter. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But he still has that. Roger Kennard. We got Roger Kennard. What? Over 52,000 Dodger fans in attendance at Chavez Ravine tonight. I will have no comment on young catcher Keibert Ruiz this evening. Roger, the Los Angeles Dodger. How you doing tonight, my man? Jay Torres. JT Realmuto called out on strikes, middle of the ninth, 3 outs. You love to see it. What a game. But, yeah, how about that inning with Phil Bickford? So let's break that one down. Right here. So on top of the 8th, on a 3-2 count, he misses high with the fastball. He walks Jankowski. Jankowski is lightning quick. He steals second, and then he walks Hoskins, and then he made a mistake. I thought that Kutch was going to get his second home run of the night. He hits that. He just kind of hung a slider right there, and he fouled it off. He missed that one on an 0-2 count, and then he punches out Bone with the fastball in the outside corner. And then he's able to get out of that inning. So, yeah, really a nice job. Really, I think, a character-building outing there by Phil Bickford. And it was, he's one of the highly touted prospects in Major League Baseball at the beginning of his career with the Giants. And maybe their trash can be our treasure. Of course, his last team before the Dodgers was with the Brewers. But, yeah, like I said, a character-building appearance for him. And we'll see. We'll see if he can build upon that, because I thought that was really impressive. I mean, also because he got the punch outs, also got the soft contact. He got Williams to ground into that fielder's choice there to end the inning, and that's what you want to see. And if he puts confidence in that slider, he does have a nice have a pretty nice heater. So Urias fire greater than Beatty. Interesting. Matt Beatty E7. It's LA sucks. Okay, no, they don't. Why did Cody go on the injured list? We got Deborah Young. Clayton needs to take tomorrow's game in a big way. Love the channel. Keep up the great work. Thanks, my man, Eddie R. Yeah, definitely head over to the YouTube channel, guys. Dropping videos each and every day, multiple videos a day, all about your boys in blue. You got my man Clint Pasillas and Brooke Smith, the senior editors. They're hosting the Blue Heaven podcast. You'll see their stuff. And then also Eric Yulo from one of my favorite shows, the 3 Up, 3 Down YouTube show. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. But Pujols is already a Dodgers legend, and he hasn't even been here a month. Yasi Milam. You know what? That's a good point. Look, I remember literally 5 seconds, or literally 10 minutes after it was announced. It was a Saturday. I did a little bang-up Photoshop. It was not that impressive, but I said Dodgers legend Albert Pujols. And a lot of people were saying, no, he's not. How could you say that? He's not going to be anything. He won't be a legend for the Dodgers. How could you say this is blasphemy to hear this? Look out. He is doing some things. And I think that at this point, you got to feel really excited about just having on the team. Obviously, what he did with the Cardinals, he's a top 10 player of all time. And really what he does when a combination of power, his ability to hit him in his prime, he's right up there. He's at the table with guys like Willie Mays and Hank Aaron, some of the greatest players to ever do it. And it's really cool, and I just appreciate how he passed Barry Bonds in total bases as a Dodger. To me, that meant a lot. Pujols finally on a winning team. Dodgers, Sergio, LFG, we winning the chip. Cody/Seager aren't even in the lineup yet. Go be ready. I mean, Sergio, what a great point over there on Facebook. You don't have Corey Seager, who was the best player last year in the postseason between him and Randy Arozarena, but NLCS MVP, World Series MVP, maybe he was a little banged up this year before he went down, before he broke his hand. And then Cody Bellinger, the 20, one of the defensively, the impact he has. You saw him robbing Fernando Tatis Jr. last year, taking his lunch money, and then the clutch home run in Game 7, the home run in the World Series. When he's right, he's a lethal hitter. And then Max Muncy, who was a few weeks ago, people were talking about him in the MVP mix. That's how hot he was at the time. He's cooled off since. He's dealt with an ankle injury, had that oblique strain. So, yeah, some of the Dodgers' best hitters aren't even in this lineup, and the Dodgers are right there in first place, get close to overtaking the Giants, just a game back. So it's only a matter of time. And then to me, it's all about gaining separation against the Padres. Now, if you guys watched the show way back in the middle of the way back in spring training, you guys asked me if I thought the Padres would make the post. I told you that I thought there was a slim chance. There was a chance that the Padres wouldn't make the postseason. We'll see if that happens, because I don't trust Blake Snell. I don't know if I trust Yu Darvish in the long run. I mean, we'll see. So trade Ruiz for Scherzer, Jose Gutierrez. I would not trade Ruiz for Scherzer, because one, that's just a super rental right there. He could easily re-sign with the Washington Nationals. Two, he looked like he was close to having an injury the other day. And also, you got those 4 starters. You got Urias, you got Trevor Bauer, you got Clayton Kershaw and Walker Buehler. That should be enough to get it done the postseason because you basically add Trevor Bauer to last year's squad. And unfortunately, the loss of Dustin May hurts, but Tony Gonsolin, he's getting there. To process with him, but at the moment, I would really try to invest in either a power right-handed bat or some elite relievers. But here we go. What up, D Meister from Eric Ayala over on YouTube? What up, Eric Ayala? Let's go, Dodgers. My daughter caught Mookie's home run ball. Her name is Malia. Wait, make sure Malia. Make sure I say it right. But I saw your daughter, Dolly Queen 99. What a fantastic catch. How fitting was that? Rocking a Mookie jersey. It was meant to be. Very impressed. Made it look routine. Fantastic job. You get a Let's Go Dodgers for that. Mookie's defense is always there. Exactly, Ron Jerica. And that's the players that you love. The players that can have an impact on the game, even if they're going through a slump in the box, at the plate. Great catch. Yeah, everyone shows some love from Leah for that great grab over there. It was so fitting that she was rocking that Mookie jersey and was able to get that home run ball in the first sold-out Dodger Stadium since 2019. Crowd brings Mookie to life. That's from Stephen Kaplan. I told everyone not to count out Mookie and McKinstry. They've been battling. You agree? They've been balling. You agree? I definitely look. I don't. Yeah, I definitely look. McKinstry, he was 2 for 23 before going off the other day against Texas again on Sunday's game, where he was able to get those 3 hits. Then tonight, you're seeing him put it together another nice night with 2 hits. Zach McKinstry is definitely on his way to being to start hitting like the guy he was earlier in the year. So yeah, I'm very high on ZMac. I really think he should change his Twitter handle to ZMac_LA. If you're watching this, Zach McKinstry, I think you might want to consider that. And, it's his quality at bats, and that's the thing about Zach McKinstry. In the years past, Kike Hernandez, we all love Kike Hernandez. Jock Peterson, we all love Jock Peterson, but there are times in stretches where it really felt all or nothing with them, and it doesn't feel that way with Zach McKinstry. He's the guy that knows how to get his bat on the ball. He knows how to make contact, and that's what I like most about him. Outfield-wise, I think that he can improve in that regard. But, yeah, big high on him. But does Julio – I like this from Roger Kennard. Roger Kennard. Does Julio Babe Urias now lead all MLB RBIs with 8? Let's go Dodgers 2021. Roger, the Los Angeles Dodger. Yeah, you can't really say enough, man. I mean, from the pitchers – all really are really nice with the stick. You see them talking about how there's a little competition between them. And I think that all of them, too, are trying to make this last year count because this is probably most likely going to be the last year that pitchers bat. I mean, they think that when it comes to the collective bargaining agreement, they're going to probably have a DH in both leagues. Am I a fan of that? Absolutely not. I like the nuance of the National League game. I think they should keep it up. But also respect what the pitchers have to say. And if the National League pitchers would rather have it, I'm cool with it. Also, it doesn't limit the Dodgers as far as who they sign. And for older players, they kind of want to just DH, like a Nelson Cruz type or something like that. It doesn't limit them. So you got to factor that in as well. But Sticky Green like Snoop. LOL, now he's a beast. It's clear Albert Pujols is playing with a lot of enthusiasm. MLB did Glass now dirty. That's from Dodger Glizzy over on Periscope. Yeah, what is Jose Rod asked too, so why can they use rosin? Look, I mean, it's when you mix that with the sunscreen, lets you get a grip. What is your guys' take on what Glasnow said? Because Glasnow, he said he was using sunscreen and rosin combination, and that's why he hurt his UCL. Fortunately, it looks like he's not going to have TJ. They're going to try to rehab it, but he's convinced that he got this injury, he suffered this injury because he did have a grip on the baseball. And to me, I think that Major League Baseball is absolutely embarrassing in this situation. The fact that they're trying to pull the rug and, like he said, have them go cold turkey at this point, I think it's going to be very interesting to see if we have even more injuries, because historically this is one of the worst years when it comes to injuries across the board, from pitchers to position players, and now you put the pitchers at a bigger risk. I think it could be a train wreck for Major League Baseball, because if you're going to do this, either A, institute a universal grip, or B, Give them baseballs that they're confident gripping, because I think that you're going to see an uptick in injuries. Maybe you'll see an uptick in offense, but look, I'll be honest with you. Just like you don't want to see a game that's 1-0 with tons of strikeouts, you also don't want to see games that are 15-30. That's gross. No, I mean, do you want to see that? I mean, every once in a while it's kind of fun, but me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of watching games that have football scores. But maybe that's just me. I don't know if that's what Major League Baseball wants, but if you look at those averages, yes, they're up slightly. I mean, we're talking about maybe a hit every 100 at-bats, and you're seeing the strikeout rate improve. But look, the reality is they didn't want to they didn't want to set a record. They didn't want to I think they were batting around 232 for the month of May, and they didn't want to set a new record that was started in 1968 that led to the lowering of the mound. And I think that Major League Baseball really just dropped the ball on their own balls when it comes to these new balls. And it's unfortunate what's going on in baseball. And to me, I think really what the issue is I think that they would have let pine tar slide. They would have let sunscreen and rosin slide. But it's just when you add the spider tack. To me, it's like a player taking creatine to lift weights versus steroids. There's a very big difference. Yes, it gives you an advantage, but one thing just makes it unfair. And then when you use spider tack, it becomes a competitive advantage, and you're seeing just ridiculous spin rates. And I think that it did get out of control, but I don't think that baseball is handling this correctly at all, and it'll be really interesting. I mean, they really look like hypocrites, and they're trying to blame it on the players. They have no one to blame but themselves. But D-Mac, we need that Sweet Bro and D-backs to show some heart from pound for pound. What up, pound for pound? How you been tonight, my man? We have another moderate troll from Roy Estrada. My man AJ is due. Any news from Brandon Morrow, from Marco Rubio? Yeah. He's not. You will not see him this season, Brandon Morrow. Unfortunately, it's just going to be. It was just, it was a high risk move. It was a low risk move, high reward. He actually pitched well with Chicago before he went down with injury, but unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to be. So you never know when you're going to hit big on some of these relievers, whether it be Bickford or Nate Jones, or they took Tommy Kahnle was a roll of the dice that's going to pay dividends down the line. Even Blake Trinan, when they signed Blake Trinan, he was coming off being the best reliever to getting replaced in the closer's role with Oakland. So the relievers are very volatile from year to year, and you just don't know how they're going to perform one year to the next. But, we will not be seeing him this year. But back into the comments section. Yeah, A.J. Pollock, he's due. 7 for his last 32, hitting .219. A.J. Pollock, would you guys be down to upgrade in left field? Would you want to see a different right-handed bat out there and see if you could get replace A.J. Pollock? Let me know down below in the comments. Because that is an area where I think the Dodgers could possibly upgrade. Zach is getting his swing back from pound for pound, lost it. Pujols is now motivated now that he's on a World Series contending team. Exactly. I mean, these guys are champions. When you're a Hall of Famer, I mean, come on, man. There's only been like 20,000 big leaguers in history. Your chances of making the Hall of Fame are like 1%, okay? So when you make it to that level, you're going to be a champion no matter what you do, and I agree. He's reinvigorated playing with this Dodger team. But Machine will have a playoff walk-off, Mike Hibdog. Now, I didn't predict that. I didn't predict a playoff walk-off. I did say he would give you at least 3 magical moments this season. I thought they would be coming the regular season, maybe one the postseason, but I will take that. That'd be great, man. Mark my words, his experience will be huge if the Dodgers get back to the World Series. Great point. Experience is so big when it comes to his veteran leadership. I'm just waiting for Bellinger to get hot in the postseason. Yeah, maybe look, Bellinger, he hit in the 200s, low 200s, but he had some big hits and he had some big plays defensively. And maybe this year is his Corey Seager year. And they were just kind of a year ahead of. Maybe this is his Corey Seager year in the postseason. But trade for Hader from Dodger Glizzy. We got Eddie R. Who would you rather pay if you're the Dodgers, Bellinger or Seager? That's from Eddie R. That's a good question. Kind of in short, I think that Man, it's a really good question. I think that right now, I think you would. I think right now, I think that right defensively, of course, Cody Bellinger is a superior player defensively. But when it comes to offense, I think Corey Seager possibly. It depends on how they finish the season. But right now, I would probably say. I'd probably say Corey Seager. I think what Corey Seager did in the playoffs last year, if you change positions with him, and if you change positions with him, and it's all about his bat, I think I'd go with Corey Seager. But Cody Bellinger is really close too. I mean, if Cody Bellinger can get close to what he was in 2019, that would change everything. But since the last few months of 2019, then the year following, which 2020 take with a grain of salt. I'm pretty much giving everyone the benefit of the doubt. But you know what? I'm gonna say Cody Bellinger. No, I was playing. It's really tough, but I do think Cody Bellinger, is more marketable. That's for sure. It's something to consider. I think that he has. His personality makes me laugh, and but I think that as a player, I think Corey Seager. AZ blew it. D-backs destroyed San Francisco today. I'm not worried about San Diego. It's time to knock down those Giants. We got, Giants are hitting the wall. Yeah, who would you guys pick down below in the comments? Seager or Bellinger if you had to invest in one long term? Those are video game scores, juice baseballs, plus all foreign substances. Joe and Oral called the game for Sportsnet. We got, I'm a pitcher guy myself. The less runs and boredom there is. Exactly. Dodgers should get Frazier from the Pirates. Yeah, man, I'd be down with that. I think that there's gonna be some guys that from the Pirates you could try to poach. Moore was awesome in it. Pujols mania. I was thinking, Jay Rivera. We call it the Pujols pandemonium. No, yeah, that would work. I don't know. Arizona did a choke job. Deborah Young Bauer had a good point. What happens when he bats and gets pine tar on his hands from the bat? Does that have to go wash his hands? That's a really good point. And to me, it just comes down to the fact that these umpires haven't had their best year, and then you add another responsibility where they're responsible for checking the balls in between innings so you don't increase the time of games. And we'll see. Will their calls get even worse because they have more stuff to think of and process during a game? I think that's also a fair question. AJ Pollock was a bust. Robert Rocha, he actually had a breakout season last year. You saw tied with Mookie Betts, I think, with 16 home runs for the team lead, and postseason had a little better year. You didn't really see the extra base hits, but AJ Pollock. Here we go. My name is Ahan, good lefty starter from Francisco Acuna. We got, I was mad like a D-back fan, pissed me off, should be in first place. Yeah, you guys are really upset at the D-backs for not holding on, and really, man, that clubhouse must be pretty depressing. How many games have they lost in a row? In this stretch, what is their record in the last 40 games? It's got to be pretty pathetic. Good pickup. Seager, he's better in the postseason. Belly has the regular season MVP, Jose Rod. Seager, and it's not even close in my honest opinion. To me, I think that, look, Bellinger's dealt with some injuries now, had the shoulder pop out, he had to have surgery. You saw, dealing with some leg injuries, but that was really, when Goodwin cleated him there against the A's, that was just kind of a freak accident. I think durability-wise, I think Cody Bellinger kind of gets the nod there because, unfortunately, Corey Seager's dealt with a lot of injuries in the course of his career. So I think that he takes that one. But Bellinger, he provides the bat, and he robs homers every other game from Jay Cruz. Would choose Belly from Ruben. Belly is on the IL now after just getting off it. It's a fair point. Sometimes it happens. It kind of snowballs for players with a lot of knick-knack injuries. But, I think that's also symptomatic of a shortened season last year. I think you're going to see a lot of guys hit the IL that wouldn't normally hit, and that's another thing you can blame on Major League Baseball. We should have had at least a 100-game season last year if we didn't have some of the greediest owners in the history of professional sports. So, fortunately, baseball, they have the worst leadership, and they have some of the greediest owners. But so Siegs to Yanks from Christian Terry. We got Jason. The truth is we can afford to keep both if we want to, but might have to sacrifice someone else we like. That's from Jason. Yeah, of course. The Dodgers, other than Mookie Betts, not committed to anyone really long term. They'll be able to pay a lot of these guys, but you can't pay them all. And it'll be interesting to see how Corey Seager's season plays out. If he comes back and he goes on a tear and he performs anywhere close to the way he did last year in the postseason, teams are going to pay him. Teams are going to want him. And what does that mean for the Dodgers? Because I don't think the Dodgers are going to get into a bidding war with Corey Seager. He's not one of those guys where, look, with Mookie Betts, they made that trade. They broke out a blank check for Mookie Betts, pretty much. They were going to get their guy. I mean, $365 million for 12 years. They were going to get their guy because they had to unload some prospects in Jeter Down and Connor Wong and Alex Verdugo. They didn't want to have that go for naught, especially when you consider that they traded him for a full season. It was only a 60-game season plus postseason. Yes, they did win the World Series, but if you look at your return there, that would have really bit them if they weren't able to extend him like he did. I don't think that they have those plans in place for Corey Seager. But like I said, man, we can talk about this stuff all day, but I do think that what you want to look at is when he comes back, how does he play? How robust is the market? I mean, across Major League Baseball, I know Yankees. The Yankees rumors are there. They've been there, and they're always going to be there for big teams. But I don't know. I just can't really picture him in a market like New York. I just don't think that I just don't see that. 27 games under 500. Thank you for that. Seager also went ham in the postseason. That's from Jason over on YouTube. Yeah, he went God mode, man. He definitely overpaid for Pollock. Yeah, I mean, he's another guy. You want to talk about his injury history. Yeah, I mean, he's dealt with some injuries at the elbow, but I mean, at the time, that 5-year, $60 million deal. I mean, we were talking about Bryce Harper. They were trying to sign Harper that offseason. I was there. It was crazy. Me too, Mora. I swear I was. Oh, you were there. It was crazy. What was it like? Nice. I believe you. You don't have to swear. Here we go. We got, why is Rayleigh still on the team? Cesar. I mean, he was tearing it up in AAA. So I still think, giving you better at bats too. He looks much more comfortable in the box against big league pitching than he did in his first stint before he went back down. So I'm not totally mad at that. Harper would have been a disaster. Francisco Acuna. I agree. I wouldn't necessarily. I mean, you never know. I mean, I think that Harper is still a quality player, but I'd rather invest long term in Mookie Betts, and I think that they offered Harper like a 5-year deal with a crazy AAV. Something along those lines. So they were trying to go a little longer as far as the commitment goes than Bauer, but ultimately with Boris, it was, he was going to take that bigger bag, that longer, more secure contract like he did with the Phillies. But I don't know. But Nate Jones is trash. Mike Hidberg, I don't know. Lux is getting pretty comfortable. Yeah, Gavin Lux, he's a player, man. He's a player, and he's going to be in Los Angeles for a long, long time, and I think you'll see him be in the mix for all-star games, and his power is impressive. He's got a pretty swing, got those lightning-quick hands through the zone, fastest player on the team. Defensively, makes some great plays, some nice diving stops, but he'll continue to improve defensively. But I do think it's really interesting that this has happened because with Corey Seager's injury and Gavin Lux showing that he can play shortstop at the big league level. And I think that the Dodgers know defensively that Corey Seager is a below-average shortstop defensively. And if Corey Seager, on a pride level, says, hey, I want to be a shortstop of the future for the next 5 to 10 years for my entire career, I think the Dodgers the Dodgers are honest with their players. I mean, you saw Andrew Freeman last offseason talking about, when Justin Turner hadn't signed yet, and some of the other guys saying that they owe it to himself to see what their worth is outside of Los Angeles. And I think that's one thing that this organization and front office does at an elite level is they don't overpay for guys unless it's a Mookie Betts type, which is more than worth it. But thanks for rocking with us, guys. Dodgers get the win 5-3. They improved to 41-26, a game behind the Giants in the NL West. But what a night. What a magical night at the Ravine. Mookie Betts goes 3 for 5, has the 2 RBIs, and Urias pitched well. The bullpen came through. Bigford, big night for Big Spot Bigford there. But thanks for rocking with us as always, guys, here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. That's at DMAC_LA. For all things Dodger baseball, be sure to head over to DodgersNation.com. Be sure to subscribe. My man Jason, we overtake the Giants this week. Fan since 84, just earned a sub. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that, guys. DMAC, love the show, man. Dodger, yeah, guys, bottom of the ninth. You know how I get down. You guys get your last swings in here.
Bruh.
You win.
You win.
Thanks for another dope one, Anthony King. Thanks, guys. Hey, man, you guys make the show what it is. All your fire Dodger takes, always bringing it. But thanks for rocking with us, guys. You're the best. You guys are the best fans in the game. You already know that. But be sure to head over to the YouTube channel, subscribe. Be sure to head over to gearup.la. We have a Father's Day promotion going on. Get geared up because, look, man, you're not going to be chilling at your house in sweats all day, right, with things closed up, man. Things are opening up. You got to get fresh, and to do that, you should go over to www.gearup.la. Some of the best Dodgers t-shirt designs in the game. We've got the Father's Day promo popping off right now, so be sure to check that out. But thanks, guys. Dodgers get the win. It feels good to have a full house. You guys are the best. See you next time, and until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
It's time for Dodger Baseball.
What a catch by Mookie Betts. Another home run for Corey Seager. Another strikeout for Kershaw. A robbery of Tatis. Gone. What a snap.
This is what an ace looks like.
And tag out is Riley, a double play.